All right, so let's talk about Alabama. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that boring. So back in SkillSage, like 8 months ago. So SkillSage was just like myself, like had a couple other like co-founders or people that were in the business. We were doing it together, and basically what happened is I was just did not know what I was doing, and I wasn't taking it as serious as I am now. And you're really not taking your business serious until you're doing it all the time, right? So what ended up happening was that I was still focusing on my wrestling career. And for all y'all athletes listening that are just absolute like die hard like for your sport, keep doing that. Because one day you're gonna be able to transfer your love for your dream, if you make it or you don't make it. Like I didn't make it, but I transferred my love to something that I love now, and it's teaching me a lot, right? And it's allowing me to be on my way to success. Some people think I'm successful now. I don't think I'm very successful because I have like negative in my bank account, but it's all good. We run on debt. That's capitalism right there. So what happened is my buddy had invited me to go do a wrestling camp. So when you're a college athlete, you get to do really cool things and be around kids and like inspire them and like motivate them to go to the next level, right? That's one of my favorite things to do. And so I end up going out there, and I'm big bro, right? So I can go and I can get on the going to the bars, right? So I end up going to a bar after, and I see this group of girls, and one of them was a redhead. And look, to date, like my girl right now, she's Hispanic, but so basically all the girls I was messing with were Latinas, you know what I mean? And like all the boys here that are watching this, like the Latina girls, you know what I mean? Like do a little, right? Like, yeah, we all like them. So, but I meet this girl, this redheaded girl, and like she was beautiful. Like she's a beautiful girl, and we were just kind of hitting it up, and we're like cool. And basically like I end up just joining my friend group and then like her group, and then we all kind of going out to different bars for multiple days and having fun. And that's why you guys got to be a college athlete too, because if you guys are college athletes, you get to look good, you feel good, right? Like your T levels are through the roof, you know what I mean? Like you're like excreting pheromones. It's just like attracting like all, it even attracts mosquitoes. I'm just kidding. But so we're just having a good time. I end up leaving. Okay, well, this is where like the stupidness comes in. And like I like this girl, and like I go freaking like, I don't want to say balls deep because that's kind of a pun, but like I go like, I don't even know how to say it like without actually making myself laugh, but whatever. Like we go balls deep into everything like we do, right? And so I end up being like, hey, like I call her up, would you be opposed to having me come stay at your place, and like we can kind of continue hanging out? And because she had like a big girl job, right? And she said yeah. And I was like, oh damn. So I actually got these random credit card points. They were I would say it was God's gift. He wanted me to go, and I didn't even know that they were given to me until I called, because I'm really good with numbers, and I seen that they took in some of these credit card points that I didn't use, and they were like, yeah, that was actually accidentally given to you. And I was like, oh, okay, my bad, boop. And so I end up going, and I stayed at her place for 2 weeks. Now, so guys, you don't really know somebody until you live with them, all right? You might have heard that before, but it's so true. We were doing our thing, and it was fun, but like day by day, her anxiety started to come out. Some of her like anger stuff came out, and I'm pretty, I like to call myself chill, and she was not chill. Like everything had to be on a Google Calendar, type shit. Like it was fucking insane. And it couldn't be like, oh, like I'll like be 5 minutes late. Like no, that wasn't it. Or 10 minutes, you know what I mean? No, it wasn't that bad, but But yeah, we just had like conflicting personality at the end of the day, and so it didn't work out. So then what happens is I end up going to this wrestling club named Ironclad Wrestling, right? And I meet this great human being named Jake Elkins, right? Shout out Jake Elkins and Ironclad. And I'm kind of telling him this story, and I'm telling him that, like, you know, I still love wrestling, but I got kicked out of college, and I'm like fighting this freaking like court case thing that's such BS, and you know, he's such an amazing person, like, and he just said like, well, what if you just stayed here? So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up like staying at Ironclad, like in the gym. I stayed in the gym, right? For like, and it's like a big gym. Like y'all have, if y'all have never stayed in like a big open space when you're alone, oh no, right? That's literally what the ghosts sound like, and it's just not that fun. But I'm working on the site every day, and I'm working my friend, like with the team, and what ended up happening is I kind of like grew apart from Shelby because I was working all the time, and we were having like a couple of issues. Like, you know, one time, you know, I remember we were at the lake, and we were intoxicated just a little bit. But I wasn't that bad. I was mostly just like on an edible, and then she was like on both, right? Drinking and like high. And so now also one thing, I do not promote getting high, but when you guys are like older and shit, you want to have some fun, like go for it, right? But like when you're like high school athlete, nah, don't do any of that. I didn't do any of that till I was like 19, like, or till I was in college, like 20. So keeps your lungs good, all right? You need it. Okay, so, gotta get off the exit here. I'm gonna have to do that.
I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
All right, so we're at the lake, and you know, it's time to drive home, and I remember like, look, and like, I'm just gonna be honest, you know, I'm not the best driver. Right, like I know that's kind of like unmanly of me to say, but I'm just like not the best driver. Like if you know, you can hit the comments if you actually know I'm not a good driver. But so I'm kind of messed up, but she swears on her life that she's okay. You know, that she's just perfectly fine. And I'm just like, I remember I grabbed her arm, grabbed her like this. I was like, look, I need you to promise me and look me in the eyes that if you're not okay, that you have my life in my hands right now. I need you to know that. And if you're not okay, that you will let me drive right now. And she said, Cody, I'm perfectly fine. And about 10 seconds later, she backed up into a porch. I was like, bruh, you know what I mean? So I obviously, yeah, so shit like that. Not the one, all good, fun times. So yeah, I got dragged to Alabama for a girl, and it didn't even work out. But then I ended up living rent-free in this gym. And then one of my best friends, he's actually our videographer and editor, named Omar Ramirez. We like to call him L, right? If y'all know the lore behind that. If not, it's all good. Keep following the channel. And the lore for him is that, you know, he was like, he's this 19, and he worked at Salad and Go, and like we had a guy that worked in the business beforehand that like left the business, and there was like all this drama. I'll tell you all the drama later one day. And basically Omar, him and I become really good friends because he goes balls deep on everything too. You know what I mean? Like two homies. And so he ends up packing all his shit, most of his shit, and says goodbye, parents, and he flies to Alabama, never really being out of the state ever in his life. And he's got a girlfriend that he loves very dearly. Shout out Kat, you know, we love you. And yeah, so now we're in Alabama, right? And like, obviously, you know what I mean? Like when the love of your life like misses you, like it's gonna cause some problems, you know what I mean? So she's like upset that he's gone. And then I'm trying to like fix Omar's eating habits because he's like the typical like Mexican who like eats like beans and tortilla, and then like his weight fluctuates like a motherfucker. He's like a slink, like, and I came from wrestling too, you know, so like my weight, like I have a really clean diet, but bro did not. So I had to like educate him and all this thing. But basically I had like another little brother, and we would just take do all these photo shoots. Like if y'all see my Instagram, yeah, at Cody Foote, boom, pop that up. It's just like you'll see like all our dope shit that we've done. And yeah, and then so Alabama was this whole experience, and now I end up driving back. Oh my goodness, I gotta tell you guys about the 24 hour. We're talking about that another time. But basically, I did 28-hour drive, or 24-hour drive in 28 hours. It was insane, and hopped on a business meeting afterwards. So, you know, like I obviously don't think I'm prideful, but I think that can be a little bit of goat status. Maybe like a cabra, you know what I mean? Like in Spanish, something like that. So we can go international with it, it's all good. But now I'm back here in Arizona. We'll flip the cam to Sai. So we got like Sai, he's on the cam, and you know, he's our data analyst, and now his dream is like be like a pro videographer and editor, and Omar does movies and he's like an editor as well, and myself, like I just talk and hang out with y'all, you know what I mean? And Mateo, well, we're gonna save Mateo because we got a vid coming out about him, but basically he's my best friend and he doesn't have a visa, so we're really just trying to get him his visa. So, and also with Sai, we're trying to like make enough money to be able to pay off his student loans, so you know, he can stay like in the US and like, you know, like continue like our dreams together. So if you want us to continue our dreams and you like what we're doing, like the video, share it. Love y'all. Bye.